Hello and welcome back to Live Text. In this tutorial we'll talk about adding images, which is always an exciting way of personalizing your product and making it look more attractive to the eye. In this tutorial I'll show you how to add an image that you have saved to your computer, and we'll also experiment with changing the way the image looks, moving it around and adding a caption. And I'll also show you how to delete an image if it's not the one that you want to add to your portfolio. In this particular portfolio, I'll show you how to add an image. I've had many students who are photographers who like to use the portfolio as a way of showcasing their work. So uploading images to your portfolio can be a way of promoting a particular skill set that you might have, particularly in portfolios where you want to show images of photographs you've taken, work that you've completed, and so on. So to add a portfolio image, the first thing you need to make sure that you have access to that image. So make sure that the image is saved somewhere on your hard drive and you know how to locate it. So we'll go ahead and add an image to this first section, the About Me section. So the very first step is I need to click on the Edit button. And then if you scroll down to the bottom of that section, you'll see that there is the section here that is dedicated to image. And I can click on Edit to select and upload an image. You'll notice that currently I have no image on this particular portfolio, so I can just go ahead. There's no other choice but to click Edit. Now in this particular section here, you can notice that the Insert Image tab is the one that I'm currently on, and I can use the option to upload a new file. This particular portfolio already has a couple of images saved to the File Manager, and we'll talk about File Manager and how to manage the File Manager in a later tutorial. But for our focus for this tutorial, we'll use Upload New File. So this particular choice will give me the option of navigating to an image that I have saved on my computer. So I'll click Upload New File. Right now I'm going to choose the option to choose a file, and any of you who have uploaded images, for example, to Facebook, social media and so on, this will be very familiar to you. So I'll click on Choose File, and then obviously I'm going to use the navigation function on my particular computer. I happen to have a Mac, so that's why this looks the way it does. So I'll click on my folder that has the images stored in it where I want to choose my image for upload. I am going to choose this particular image, so I'm going to choose this one for no other reason but for illustrating the process, and I'll click Choose. It will take a few seconds for Live Text to then upload that image to the server. You'll notice that you can have up to 1 gig in size per image per section, and then as soon as it has successfully uploaded, you can see a preview that appears on the right. If I've made a mistake and uploaded the wrong image, I can click Remove at any point, but I'm going to go ahead and continue to actually put this on my portfolio. A useful function is it's going to give me the option to caption my image, so I'm going to give this image a caption. This can be really helpful if you are uploading images that you have taken from a source other than your own work, because obviously if you have, you need to acknowledge that, so you could type in source : and then give the source of that particular image. But I'm going to go ahead, since it is my own work, and type a description. I then have an option of choosing how large I would like the image to appear. Now this can be very much trial and error, and I can show you how you can circle back and change the image size in a moment, but I'm going to go ahead and use a large, or maybe the original size of this image, which will be very big. And then I can go ahead and choose where I would like the image to appear in relation to the caption text. So I'm going to have the image appear above my text. That's all I need to do. So I can go ahead and save and finish, and then I'll see what the image actually looks like on my portfolio. Well, it's a nice picture, but it's huge. So I can scroll up and down. You can see that there is my caption right here. So I'm going to go ahead now and just show you how to edit how that image looks once you've put it into your portfolio. So once again, just as I did to add the image to begin with, I'm going to click on Edit. And then if I scroll down, you'll remember we used the image area down here to manipulate the images on the page. And I'll just click Edit to go back in and make some changes to the way that image actually looks. And it was too big, so I can actually change the display size by clicking on that drop down arrow and maybe make it a small image. And you can go around and experiment with this, the same with where you would actually like the text and the image to appear in relation to each other. And because it's so simple to go in and around and cycle back, you can experiment with how you like that to appear, or even delete it completely if you want to. That will take the image out and you could start fresh. But I'm going to go ahead and see how that looks now on my portfolio. So I click Save and Finish, and that looks much nicer in relation to the rest of the portfolio. So that is how you add an image to a portfolio. I hope you'll go ahead and experiment with that. Just remember that you can only have one image per section. So if I go ahead now and I want to add another image down here, if I click Edit, the only option I will have is to replace that image with another one. So for example, if I choose to change that out for another image that I already have saved to this portfolio, for example, if I choose this one and select it, it will replace my image with this one. It will not add another image to the portfolio. If I want to add another image to this page, I would need to go ahead and either click Manage Content or add the plus sign to add another section. Either way will give me the same result. And I would need to add another section if I wanted to add another image. Remember, you can only have one image per section. So now I've added another section to this page, I can go ahead and repeat that process to add another image in exactly the same way. So if I want to put my woodpecker back in here again, because I've already saved it once, it's now actually saved in my file manager for future use. So I can select this one, and I'll just pop it in without a caption just so that you can see how that appears. And now I have two sections on my page, and therefore it will accommodate two images. And again, just to remind you, if I wanted to get rid of any of those at any point, I can do that by clicking Edit and then Remove. And if I go back and now look at my screen, I have removed the image but not the section. The section is still there, and there's my woodpecker. So go ahead and experiment with adding images, adding captions to images, resizing images, and deleting images. I hope that you will enjoy that feature of live text to share your images with recipients on your portfolio.